guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Hailee if you haven't been here before. Today was really dreary and it was raining all day, so I decided I would make some of my favorite recipes that have been making me happy during this time at home. The first one is going to be my favorite banana bread recipe, and the second one is the famous Dalgona coffee. I know that everyone and their mother has been making banana bread, but to be honest with you, it's one of my favorites because I can eat it for dessert with a scoop of ice cream or in the morning drizzled with honey, and it's the perfect treat for any time of day. So I don't know why people are hating on banana bread right now. It's just so yummy. So I'm gonna be sharing that with you, and then also the Dalgona coffee. I almost forgot. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Also, if you want to get notified when I post a new video, go ahead and click the bell. Let's get on into it. Here are your ingredients. 3 to 4 ripe bananas, 1/3 cup butter, melted, 3/4 cup sugar, 1 egg, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, baking soda, and baking powder, 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1/8 teaspoon of salt, 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour, and the last ingredient is optional. You can use 1 cup of chopped walnuts or substitute semi-sweet chocolate chips. To start up this recipe, preheat your oven to 350 and grab an 8.5 by 4.5 inch pan. Before I mix all of the ingredients together, I want to make sure I get that butter melted. Start by peeling all of the bananas and make sure to put them in a bowl that is big enough you can mix all of the ingredients in later. Ah, the sound of Call of Duty in the evening. Grab a fork and mash the bananas thoroughly. Once you've achieved a bowl of mush, go ahead and, if you're like me and didn't start with a big enough bowl, transfer them into a larger bowl. By now your butter should be melted, so go ahead and pour that over the bananas. Mix until combined. Now add your sugar, egg, and vanilla. Funny story, when I was making cupcakes with a friend one time, she accidentally put 1 tablespoon of vanilla instead of 1 teaspoon, and the cupcakes came out terrible. We ended up having to throw the whole batch away. So I guess it's more of a sad story than a funny story, but you know, it happens. Once you have all that mixed, go ahead and add in your baking soda, baking powder, salt, and cinnamon. Mix until thoroughly combined. Now begin adding your flour. I like to add my flour in a little bit at a time because all of the flour at once can be a little overwhelming, especially if you're not using a hand mixer, which I prefer to use the wooden spoon for this recipe. Just continue mixing in your flour until you've added all of it into the bowl. Once you've added all of your flour, your batter should look a little something like this. If you want to add chocolate chips or nuts, now is the time. Go ahead and transfer your batter into your pan. Now, if you do not have a very good non-stick pan, you're going to want to make sure that you spray the pan before you add the batter because this is a very sticky batter and it's very hard to get out of the pan if not. For a very rustic magnolia flair, I like to add a few slices of thin banana on the top of my bread before I pop it into the oven. Now go ahead and set the timer for 55 minutes. Once you've removed your bread from the oven, make sure to set it aside on a cooling rack for a little while before taking it out of the pan, and your bread should look a little something like this. Moving on to the whipped coffee, here are the ingredients you'll need. 2 tablespoons of instant coffee, granulated sugar, and hot water. You'll notice I'm making 3 cups, so I'm just going to triple that recipe. Starting off with the granulated sugar. I usually boil my water in my electric kettle. Add in your instant coffee. Add in your hot water and stir. Make sure that all of the instant coffee and most of the sugar has dissolved. Now grab your electric hand mixer and mix until fluffy. You'll notice a color change as you go. This process usually takes up to 5 minutes. It depends on the speed of your mixer. Mix until soft peaks form. Should look a little bit something like this. To serve the coffee, start off by adding ice to your cup and your favorite milk. I'm showing here you can use regular 2% or almond milk. Now, using a spatula, go ahead and pour your whipped coffee topping over the milk and ice. Add a straw and you have officially completed the recipe of the trending whipped coffee. One tip is to really mix thoroughly before you take a sip. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Also, in the comments down below, let me know what your opinion is on Dalgona coffee.